What do me, Nikocado Avocado, Jax Fitness, and Joe Fraser have in common? It's not just the body transformation, it is something else. But before I go over it, if your genetics are not that great and you don't think they are great, keep watching this video. On the other side, if your genetics are elite and you have seen great results in your journey, then this video is not really for you. You might as well leave it. I wanted to think about the last time you trained in the gym. You did a set of push-ups or a bench press or whatever. My question for you is, was it pretty hard? Probably yes, right? Going close to muscular failure, you probably know a bit about fitness. And you know that training close to muscular failure is important, training hard is important, getting sweaty and like being breathless after a set is pretty important, so you get to that point, and you've probably gotten to this point and it was pretty hard. You probably felt pretty demotivated to go and do it. And that's normal. That's something that should happen. Why? Because hard things are pretty demotivating by nature. And that's the thing. Training in the gym is pretty demotivating by nature, that's just natural. And if your genetics are bad, then the major motivator, medium term, after a few months of training or weeks, is not really there. You will see some progress, but it will not be massive, and that might be one of the reasons why you have decided to watch this video. So why do I and all of the other people I presented to you with in the beginning have in common, Joe Fraser, Nikocado Avocado, Jax Fitness, is this. Not all of us have seen great results in our journey. Jax Fitness, not to bash on him, not to hate on him, he hasn't seen great results. He takes arms and he's still not that big. Not to laugh at him, right? Genetics. On the other side, someone like Joe Fraser has decent genetics and he has seen pretty good results. He looks amazing these days. Nikocado Avocado, he hasn't even built muscle, he hasn't even tried to do so, but he still looks way better than he used to. The thing that we have in common is that we haven't stopped doing it for a very simple reason. We have addressed that it is pretty demotivating short term, and for most people who have bad genetics, medium term. But the thing is that someone like Joe Fraser, he didn't know that his genetics are not really that bad, they are just decent. And because of that, when he tried and started and worked out and had seen progress, that's when he realized my genetics are not that good, but they are not that bad. That's the first thing I want you to take from this video, but the second thing, and it is what we all have in common, and I will go over it in a second, but before that, the first thing, here's the thing. You don't really know how good your genetics are, and I am, not to suck my own dick, one of the best examples for it. If you saw my before photos, and if you don't believe that I have the excess skin, if I will show you my belly, I have stretch marks all over my belly, and that's just to prove I was fat. And the photos you see are pretty much my before photos. I was fat, and the photos are taken in the same place, so it might as well be me. And that's why I'm a pretty good example for someone who went from looking really bad, who used to think that his genetics are really bad, and had a lot of proof for it. But once he tried to improve, once he tried to get better, got amazing results. And that's the thing. The first thing I need you to realize is that your genetics are probably better than you have. There are a few other reasons, like the pessimistic bias. It's part of human nature to be pretty pessimistic. But not only that. It's just that you have never tried. Especially if you have tried for less than a month or two. You don't really know how good you can get. Even if you have tried for 6 months, you might have done things incorrectly. Check out the course in the description. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to. But generally, that's the thing. If you have made some deadly mistakes, or your genetics might be bad, but that's the second point before that. You might not really know how good you can get, and you might as well try. The first reason is because you might get really good results long term and it will be amazing, but the second reason is look at Jax Fitness. He hasn't stopped taking care of his fitness, even though we have addressed at the beginning that it's hard, demotivating, right? He hasn't stopped. First, let's talk about the elephant in the room. He got fucking famous and, right? A lot of positive feedback from the world, but not only that, him being in shape, and keeping to train even though his results are mediocre at best is proof that you don't have to get great results in order to have a good time taking care of your fitness. That's because of health, something that everyone basically gets a benefit from taking care of, that taking care of comes from taking care of your fitness, but also from just being that active guy Because the guy who trains consistently, who's pretty active, who takes care of his sleep and diet, will always beat the guy with the same genetics who doesn't take care of his fitness in terms of well-being. That's what the study suggests. Sleep is a great predictor of longevity and of mental health. A diet is really important for those things too, and even training is really important for these things too, especially high intensity, like hard training, not walking in zone 1. These things, they make us happier. That's what studies suggest. That's what I have experienced. That's what we all have in common. All of our lives, Nikocado Avocado, Joe Fazer, Jax Fitness, or Emir, we all have gotten a better life by taking care of our fitness. And that's the thing I needed to realize. Your life will improve after taking care of your fitness. You will live your day-to-day life and you will be happier. You will look in the mirror and you will feel pride just because you are that guy. Not because of the results that you will see, even though they will be amazing and you might see better results than you think you will see. But also just because you will be the guy who is health conscious and takes care of it, and it will be pretty damn good. If you thought you have pretty bad genetics, but you have seen great results until now, you've been training for more than 6 months, and then my actionable step for you, you don't have to take it. Just write in the comments, motivate some of the guys who watch these videos, give it a like so it reaches more people. I genuinely want to share this message of, bro, ignore your genetics, keep going, your life will get better. And if you can help me with it by sharing your experience or just giving this video a like, I would really appreciate it. Bye.